you all. Welcome to IVP Media, and today, presidential election. So, what do you be looking forward to during the presidential election? Like, whose side?
I personally don't want to stay aside just to not seem like I'm being biased during this whole thing. But what I am looking forward to is just hearing what both candidates have to offer to the citizens of the United States, the people.
Mr. Isaac, what do you think about this?
Well, with this debate, we're going to get to see both of the candidates probably, no, not probably, but kind of focus on what their platform is and what they're going to offer the people to either give them hope for the future with all the issues. Kamala Harris being a former prosecutor, she's probably going to try to distance her candidacy from that of Donald Trump with her background, and then talking about his background. And Donald Trump is probably going to look at the negative things that he can think of about Kamala Harris. So you're going to see that play out in this election. Now, what you won't see what we've seen before with him and Biden was that she's going to be sharp. Biden was not always as sharp on every issue and every question, and so probably some of the same things. And we're going to see what the questions are going to be from the interviewers. So I'm looking at that to see what kind of questions they're going to have.
Do you think that,
What are you looking forward to?
Really, I'm looking to see who has, like, not what's best for their, like, because if you don't know, most politicians, they love to lie. They only care about themselves. So I'm looking for who's going to care about not just about themselves, but about, like, the citizens of America as well. So looking into the poverty in America. Also looking into, like, the immigrants who came into America from Venezuela, from Mexico, from wherever, trying to look for a better life in America, trying to better them, but also bettering the citizens who already been here, you know?
Yes.
Like the veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, since Kamala's a woman running for president, do you think that would have a big impact on this election? Or do you think it's just like as if any other election?
I definitely feel like it has a bigger impact. I feel like, I don't know if it's more negative or positive. It really just depends on what it's, the second time a woman has run for president and a win. So it's just a very big thing that's happening now.
Mr. Isaac, what do you think about that? Do you think just because she's a woman, it's going to be harder for her to run for president? Or do you think it's the same?
Yeah, well, we're a fractured nation, so you're going to look at some males looking at a woman negatively, but it's going to cause women, which outnumber men in voting, a mixed bag of issues. You got to see how she portrays herself and how can she win the female vote and win male votes. It's an interesting dynamic, you know, being the first female to get to this point. And also having been in the White House, so she's got a little bit of experience.
I wouldn't say it's a gender thing. I think of it as more of as if you're a Democrat, you're a Democrat. If you're a Republican, you're a Republican. It doesn't matter what gender your so-called leader or candidate is, you're going to go with what's right, what's right. You wouldn't really have a big opinion on their gender, you know?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Some people do decide to stick with their party, but there are people who have different, how do you say, I'm looking for the word, like different morals or different idealization of what they think the president should be. And just because someone is a Democrat doesn't mean they think a woman should be the president.
Right.
So it really just depends on who the person is and where their mind is and how strongly they stand with their political party.
Your point about Democrats being sticking with Democrats and Republicans sticking, that is not the population that they're trying to win over. They're trying to win over the undecided votes. Those people who haven't made up their minds. And I've heard some people say some people are not going to vote at all. And among the black voters here in Chicago, I've been hearing some people talking about, you know, that they're not for Kamala Harris and they're for Trump, and then and I even heard some that I've talked to talking about even Illinois becoming from a blue state to a purple state. So that, because a lot of people are waiting for this year for a showdown to see who and where they're going to put their votes.
Okay. Another thing I'm looking forward to personally is hearing what both candidates have to say, or what all can. I feel like we've already kind of got a glimpse of what Donald Trump feels about immigrants and illegal immigrants and just people coming across the border. So I'm just ready to see what all parties have to say about that because it is a touchy subject. Some people agree with this, some people don't. Some people are trying to find better ways to help these immigrants, some people are not. So I'm just ready to see what all candidates have to say and how they feel about this and what will they do to make the situation better.
I got a question too. What do you think young people are saying about this election and this dynamic?
I think it's since our generation, young people are so attracted towards social media and they go based on what social media says. If you take that big factor away, they really want to know who to vote for.
Yeah.
I feel like because everyone's saying, "Oh, I'm voting for Kamala because she'll be the first African American president." Well, I'm voting for Trump because whatever their reasoning would be, you know. So if you take away that social media part, especially in our generation, they wouldn't really know who to vote for. So I feel like with everybody screaming, "You should go vote, you should go vote," that leaves them in a confusion. It's like, now who am I really going to vote for? I haven't watched any of the debates. I haven't kept up to date with anything. So it's like, who do I really vote for? You know?
Yeah, and I agree with that. Just to basically say exactly what he said again. Social media is a big part of the youth and like the teenagers nowadays, and it's like if they don't get news from their phones, they're not getting news from anywhere. And so they don't really have their own opinion on this person or that person. They don't really know this person's views or what they believe. They just know that the majority of the people that they're around are voting for this person, so this is who they think they should vote for, not really having their own mindset on who this person is. And that's why I just feel like more teens should get into the news and watching the news and not always just taking their one opinion off social media. Watch more debates, do your own personal research just so that you can know more about what's going on.
How do you think voters believe in Project 2025, or do you think it's other reasons that they're voting for Trump?
It's, one is economics that are going on. Then immigrants getting attention and support and help. When a lot of them feel like, well, I should be getting this support and attention and help and jobs. So those types of dynamics play into everybody's minds. Kamala.
Well,
right now
it is 8 o'clock, and so that means it's time for everybody to tune into the election, and we'll be back with you guys later.
Okay.
The summer and Harris became the Democratic nominee. A lot has happened in a very compressed period of time.
Yes, it has, and we have a few moments until the debate starts. We will join it. ABC News is broadcasting it, but we will simulcast it right here in its entirety. It's taking place at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia.
And like June's debate, there will be no audience tonight. The candidates' microphones will be muted while the other one is talking. Each candidate will get 2 minutes for answers. There will be closing statements, but no opening statements. So we expect them to probably mix it up rather early in this as they stake out their positions and we get a sense of where all this is going.
And the mics are muted when the other is talking. So let's take you to Philadelphia now and the first presidential debate of 2024.
Good evening, I'm David Muir, and thank you for joining us for tonight's ABC News presidential debate. We want to welcome viewers watching on ABC and around the stage in this unprecedented race for president.
And I'm Lindsay Davis. Tonight's meeting could be the most consequential event of their campaigns, with Election Day now less than 2 months away. For Vice President Kamala Harris, this is her first debate since President Biden withdrew from the race on July 21st. Of course, that decision followed his debate against President Donald Trump in June. Since then, this race has taken on an entirely new dynamic.
And that brings us to the rules of tonight's debate. 90 minutes with 2 commercial breaks, no topics or questions.